family for as long as I can recall.
What do you make of that?
No banner, no flag, floated in out of nowhere. A miracle ship.
Why is it just sitting out there?
Suppose we ought to find out. Where in hell is everyone?
Deserted. Which makes everything in the hold legally forfeit. Take what suits you. What do you make of that? Open it up.
What the hell?
Lovely to see such a handsome face after a long journey. Can I eat him, brother?
I'd rather you didn't. There's no need to be afraid. You'll do exactly as I say. You'll remember nothing.
I will remember nothing.
We've had a very long journey, wherein which unfortunately we lost all of our crew. Therefore, I would ask you to kindly transport our belongings to the shore.
What kind of hell demons are you?
We're vampires, darling. The original vampires. Rebecca, Elijah, our brothers Cole and Finn, may they rest in peace.
Are we saving the best for last?
And our half-brother Niklaus. Ignore him, he's a beast.
We fled Europe and survived the seas. Would you rather I arrive hungry on the shores of our new homeland?
Niklaus, your manners are, as always, without equal. Sir, would you be so good as to tell us where it is that we have landed?
The French colony of Louisiana, off the shores of a town they've named New Orleans.
Well, thank you so much. Oh, I do recommend that you find yourself further assistance for the luggage. My sincere apologies.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
So what brings you to the Big Easy?
I used to live here.
Really? When?
Oh, feels like 100 years ago.
I just moved here myself. What brought you back?
Well, my brother's here somewhere. I'm afraid he might have gotten himself into a bit of a bind.
You say that like it's a common occurrence.
Well, he's complicated. Defiant, ill-mannered, little temperamental. See, we don't share the same father. Of course, that never bothered me, but my brother resents it deeply. Never felt like he belonged. All told, he has a long history of getting himself into trouble.
And I'm guessing you have a long history of getting him out of it. What kind of bind is your brother in?
He believes there are people in this town that are conspiring against him.
Wow. Narcissistic and paranoid. Sorry. Bartender with a grad degree in psychology. Total cliche.
Listen, Camille, I'm looking for someone who might shed some light on his current predicament. She works here, Jane Ann Devereaux. Any idea where I might find her?
No. But I know someone who might.
Welcome to New Orleans and the crown jewel of the Crescent City, the French Quarter. Jazz and jambalaya, romance, poetry. Not to mention the things that go bump in the night. Monsters that feed off human blood. Vengeful spirits of the dead. And my personal favorite, the witches. Here we have the voodoo shop, Jardin Green. Go on, browse for a hex.
Yeah.
Are you going to continue following me, Elijah? Or do you want to talk?
You know who I am.
Original vampire always wears a suit. You and your family are famous amongst the witches, especially with your brother back in town.
Well, Niklas is here because he learned that a witch was conspiring against him, someone by the name of Jane Ann Devereaux.
Well, if he's looking for Jane Ann, he's a little late.
Are you telling me she's dead?
Come on. Her sister Sophie's gonna want to talk to you.
That's Jane Ann. Killed in public for anyone to find.
Only people who come around here are the witches. Now her sister has come to take her body. Her spirit can't rest until it's been properly interred in the cemetery.
Please tell me that my brother had nothing to do with this.
No. Jane Ann died because she got caught doing magic.
You mean she got caught doing magic?
You want to know who killed Jane Ann? You're about to get your first glimpse of Marcel in action.
The vampire Marcel?
Things have changed since your family left town. Marcel has changed. I'm asking you, stay hidden. If Marcel finds out that a witch lured the originals back into town, my people will be slaughtered.
Well, well, well. What have we here? I gotta tell you, Soph, this street corner has not proven the luckiest spot for your family tonight. Not half an hour ago, we had to teach your sister a little lesson.
We're putting her to rest, Marcel. Leave us alone.
I never said you could move the body. Matter of fact, I left it here for a reason. Send a message. If anybody is thinking of joining some kind of rebellion, my rules state that witches can't practice magic in the quarter. And yet, a little birdie informed me that Jane Ann was cooking up something magically delicious. Oh, yeah, while I have you, quick Q&A. My old friend, the hybrid, Klaus, he just happened to show up out of the blue, asking for, of all people, Jane Ann. Any idea why?
I don't know. Witches don't get involved in vampire business.
That would be pretty stupid. That's for sure. Tell you what. Go back to the restaurant, cook up some of that famous gumbo, and keep those tourists happy. Take the body.
What? No, stop! Stop! Marcel!
I'm gonna hold on to your sister's body in case maybe you remember why Klaus is here.
Marcel, please. Her body won't be at peace.
Not my problem.
You mean to tell me after all these years, Marcel is alive and well?
Quite. Our brother seems to have wandered into a war zone, and I haven't been able to find him. Marcel, who Klaus sired and brought up beneath his own wing, now rules a menagerie of savage vampires, running wild, killing in public for any human to come upon. Witches are held in subjugation. I doubt Niklas had any idea what he was walking into.
Sorry, what was that? I stopped paying attention at our brother.
Rebecca.
Our hateful, traitorous bastard of a brother who's negated any sympathy I once had for him by his repeated efforts to ensure neither you nor I know happiness outside of his own selfish universe.
Always and forever, Rebecca. That is what we once swore to each other.
Consider this me calling takebacks.
Oh, you've called takebacks dozens of times over the centuries. And yet when our father found us and chased us from this very city...
I may be old, Elijah, but I'm hardly senile. I know very well I stuck with Klaus. And not 3 years later, he stuck a silver dagger in my chest and sent me into a magical slumber for 90 years. Do you know why? Because I had the audacity to try and live my life on my own without him.
Enough. I believe our brother's in trouble. So whatever's going on between Marcel and the witches, it's dire enough that they'd risk bringing an original back to town. Now, the witches have lured him here. I'd like to know why.
This is sacred ground.
which means vampires have to be invited in. But since I'm desperate, come on in. We can talk freely here.
And I suggest you start talking. What did your sister want with Niklaus?
Isn't it obvious? We have a vampire problem, and we need help. Marcel has an army backing him. The witches have been trying to fight back. We haven't had much luck. Until my sister Jane Ann met a girl. A werewolf passing through the quarter from a small town in Virginia. She had a special connection to your brother.
Kind of connection.
Apparently, they spent some time together. One thing led to another, and now, this special werewolf girl, she's pregnant. And the father of the child she's carrying is your brother, Klaus.
It's impossible.
Nothing's impossible, especially not when it comes to your brother. Think about it. They call him the hybrid, right?
Bring her out!
Who the hell are you?
Give us a moment, please. So have they been holding you here against your will?
They lured me out to the bayou and grabbed me. And they did all these weird witchy tests. Not that I understand how this could happen. I mean, vampires are dead. They can't have children.
Perhaps if you knew my brother's story, it might explain how this is possible. Here, if I may.
What are you doing?
Relax. If you open your mind to me, I can show you. In the beginning, our family was human. 1,000 years ago now.
Come on, Henrik, our brothers are fighting again.
Although our mother dabbled in the dark arts, we were largely just a family trying to survive in a time when it was quite difficult to do so. And for better or worse, we were happy. That is, however, until one night, our youngest brother was killed by our village's greatest threat. Father! Men that could transform themselves into wolves during a full moon. Our family was devastated. None more than Niklaus. Desperate to protect the rest of us, our father forced our mother to call upon her black magic in order to make us stronger. Drink! Drink! Thus the first vampires were born. But with this speed, this strength, this immortality came terrible hunger. And no one felt this hunger more than Niklaus. When he killed for the first time, we knew what he truly was.
Niklaus! What is happening to me?
No, don't! Don't!
Father, it hurts!
He's a beast. An abomination.
He wasn't just a vampire.
He was also a werewolf. That's how the werewolf curse works. It isn't activated until you take it live.
Niklaus was the result of an indiscretion our mother had hidden from us all. An affair with a werewolf like yourself. Infuriated by this betrayal, my father forced our mother to cast a spell that would suppress Klaus's werewolf side, denying him any connection with his true self.
Elijah! Elijah! Hold him down!
Brother! Please, don't let them do this to me!
Do it now, boy! Now!
Help me.
Your dad was a dick. I'm Haley, by the way. You should probably know my name if you're gonna tell me your whole life story. I mean, I know yours. Your family is legendary. Your brother's a notorious psycho, who I slept with. Classic me.
I cannot excuse his behavior, but you must understand. And our father hunted him, hunted us for centuries. Every time we found a moment of happiness, we were forced to flee. Even here, in New Orleans, where we were happiest of all. Not long after Niklas broke the spell which prevented him from becoming the hybrid, he defeated our father. I thought this would make him happy. He was angrier than ever. I wonder if perhaps this baby might be a way for my brother to find happiness. A way to save him from himself.
I'm glad you feel that way, because we need your help.
What precisely is it that you want, and what does it have to do with this young woman?
We want to run Marcel and his vampires out of town. Klaus is the key. Everything Marcel knows about being a vampire, he learned from Klaus. Marcel trusts him, looks up to him, and he won't see the betrayal coming.
Yes, well, as I'm sure you're aware, my brother Niklas doesn't like to be told what to do.
That's why I brought you here. Marcel drove the werewolves out of town decades ago. Do you really think he's going to welcome a hybrid baby to the neighborhood? Convince Klaus to help us, and no one has to know about the newest member of the original family.
That sounds remarkably like blackmail.
Like I said, I'm desperate.
Well then, I have my work cut out for me, don't I?
Marcel and his vampires are out of control. Something had to be done.
And the solution is to bring in more vampires?
These aren't just any vampires, Agnes. They're the originals.
What makes you think you can control the hybrid?
She can't. Not entirely certain that I can, either. But now that your coven has drawn his ire, I have a question. What prevents my brother from murdering you instead of cooperating?
Ow! What the hell?
The spell my sister performed, the one that got her killed, it didn't just confirm the pregnancy. It linked me to Haley. So anything that happens to me happens to her, which means her life is in my hands. Klaus may not care about his own child, but it's very clear what it already means to you. If I have to hurt Haley, or worse, to ensure that I have your attention, I will.
You would dare threaten an original?
I have nothing to lose. You have until midnight to get Klaus to change his mind.
He's willing to give up everything.
Come on, Elijah. Does that really surprise you?
I already see it. He's spiraling. He's lashing out in blind rage. You know, the last time I saw him like this, it lasted 200 years.
Then leave him to his temper tantrum and come home. With any luck, this misadventure will allow us a reprieve from all of his insanity.
He was so close. When he heard the baby's heartbeat, I could see it in his eyes. He wanted, he could almost taste happiness. And now his temper has destroyed it. Even if I was to return him to sanity, he just lost Marcel's trust. So, I'm almost out of time to get the girl.
Get her. Have you lost your mind? Are we running an orphanage now?
Say what you will about Niklas. On my life, I'm not letting anything happen to that baby.
You find him, and then you call me. Don't worry. I know how to deal with Klaus.
Is that so? Please elaborate.
Elijah Michelson. No, I got it. It's all good.
It's time we had a little chat.
Well, if you're gonna talk, talk. I got things to do.
Oh my, you have grown quite confident over the last century, haven't you?
Me? I'd say it's you and your brother got cocky, coming to my town like you own the place.
Oh, we did own the place once. We were all quite happy here, as I recall. Although we could never control those pesky witches at the French Quarter. How are you doing?
Your brother asked me the same question. I gave him the same answer. It's my business. Everything in the quarter is my business. Klaus comes into town all nice and friendly. Then he starts looking down his nose at what I've done, like it's some cheap knockoff of one of his dumb paintings. Then he gets pissed off like a little bitch and bites one of my guys.
Well, I do apologize for Klaus's poor behavior. I assume you know that that bite will kill your friend within a matter of days. Of course, Niklaus's blood would cure him.
What?
Yes, apparently the blood of the hybrid will cure a werewolf bite. Quite a handy little thing when one needs leverage in negotiation.
What kind of negotiations we talking about?
Return the body of the witch Jane Anne, allow her people to put her to rest.
What do you care about the witches?
Well, that's my business now, isn't it?
His time is up. What are you gonna do now, Sophie?
I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do.
What? Kill the girl? Kill yourself?
Klaus does not care about the child.
I do. And I bring proof of my intent to help you. The body of your fallen friend, which I procured from Marcel himself.
Jane Anne.
May she be granted peace. Klaus will agree to your terms. I just need a little more time.
You had your time. It's past.
Shut up, Agnes.
For now, accept the deal. The girl and child remain unharmed. Or Klaus will kill you all. And I will help him.
Have I not made clear my desire to be left alone?
Well, you demand to be left alone at least once a decade. Your words have ceased to have impact.
Why must you keep harping on about the baby? That child will never be born. In fact, Ailey is probably dead already.
You will not walk away from this.
Let me go!
I will not!
Don't make me say it again!
I will not let go. I will never let go. Even if I have to spend eternity saving you from your own stubborn, petulant, vile self. If I have to beat you as father used to beat you to remind you of your own humanity. To care about anything.
You're beyond pathetic, Elijah.
Well, who's more pathetic? The one who sees hope to make his family whole? Or the coward who can only see the world through his own fear?
I haven't cared about anything for centuries. Why on earth do you?
Well, because I failed you. Because the first time our father laid a hand on you, I should have struck him dead. And I made a promise to you. Always. Forever. Family above all.
You are a sentimental fool.
Perhaps. But I've lasted this long in spite of it, haven't I? You all right?
Just dust. This place is ancient.
Yes, it should serve our purposes. It's a sanctuary for my business in the quarter. Right now, you're the most important person in this family. We need a good home. So I'm curious, in all this time, has anyone asked you how you feel?
About having a miracle baby with a psychotic one-night stand.
About being a mother?
I was abandoned when I was born, and my adoptive parents kicked me out the second that I turned into a wolf. So I don't really know how I feel about being a mother because I never really had a good one.
I will always protect you. You have my word on that.
And noble Elijah always keeps his word.
Is it done?
As a matter of fact, yes. Your underhanded deal worked quite well. Marcel was only my only concern now is this coven of impudent witches.
I believe them to be honorable. They did release Haley to me, although they haven't been entirely forthcoming. Marcel obviously has something that they need. They don't want him dead. There must be a reason why.
I assume it's all quiet out there.
The witches know better than to use magic. They know they can sense it when they do. What about the old ones? They're dangerous, and I don't want them to hurt you.
The originals. Davina. As powerful as you are, they don't stand a chance.
In addition to the secret weapon he uses to control the witches, Marcel has assembled a small army of vampires. Working together, we could destroy them from the inside.
And what of Rebecca? Has she stopped her pouting long enough to join the fun?
She has made her disinterest quite clear.
One too many times daggered and shoved in a box, I gather. Or perhaps she doesn't share your unwavering belief that I can be saved.
Rebecca may surprise us yet. After all, we all swore the same vow.
I hope she stays far away. Because in my desire to reclaim this town, to steal from Marcel that which he holds most dear, I have realized one massive vulnerability. One weakness that Marcel could exploit.
And what is that?
You. Forgive me, my brother. There is no power in love. Mercy makes you weak. Family makes you weak. And if I am going to win this war, I have to do it alone.